like to welcome to the show this evening Mr. Isaias Rivera over at the Retail Skills Center. Isaias, welcome to the show.
Thank you, Mayor, for allowing me to participate in your show.
Well, it's great to have you. Tell us a little about yourself. For years you were with another mayor you worked.
That is true. Well, I mean, I was born in Ecuador, and I was raised in Elizabeth, New Jersey. So I went to middle school here, and I even remember you gave me a trophy about this size when I was about 8 years old for a soccer trophy. And I went on to study government and law. So my background, I got a degree.
I don't know whether that means you're getting old or I've been here a while.
Well, you're a positive.
You're a newlywed now, right? So
I'm also recently married.
I went from giving you a trophy at 8 years old to being a newlywed.
There you go. And you also gave me an award when I won my Eagle Scout at my church.
Well, let me tell you, that's a huge thing in Eagle Scout. Only, 1% or 2% of all scouts get to become an Eagle Scout?
Exactly. So
what troop were you in when you got?
I was Troop 665 here in Elizabeth.
Which is hosted by?
The Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints.
Okay.
They're on Cherry Street.
Cherry Street, right.
Yep.
Very good. They haven't had too many Eagle Scouts since then, though.
No, we have a few scouts, so they're working towards that.
Are you active with the scouting over there?
Yes, I'm very active.
You still are?
Yeah, very active with the church and involved with strengthening the families in the community.
Good. Yeah. So, I'm sorry, tell us more about yourself.
So, yeah, I got a degree in government and law, and so my background is in public service. So I used to work for another mayor. And
you can mention his name. He's a good guy.
Oh, okay. Yeah, Mayor Elridge Hawkins Jr. So I worked for him.
In the city of?
In the city of Orange. Yep, in the city of Orange, and now I'm here. Now I'm here in Elizabeth, just as I always wanted it, just to be local and just provide that local support.
Now, were you born here or born in Ecuador?
I was born in Ecuador, but I was pretty much raised here in Elizabeth. I came here very young.
Very young.
Mm-hmm.
And you went to school here?
Went to Roosevelt Middle School back then. That's what it was called. Now it's Mabel G. Holmes. So they're on Bayway. So
but you're a Bayway kid.
There you go.
Yeah, you still live in a Bayway now?
I live on Bayway, yep.
Okay. And so, Isaias, the work that you did for Mayor Hawkins was similar. You were saying before the show you used to prepare the mayor for a similar show that I'm doing, and now you're being interviewed on the other end of it.
Exactly. I was his confidential assistant, so I prepare memos, I prep him, set the appointments up, and give him his talking points for whatever interview or whatever press conference that he would have. So now I'm in that boat.
Now you're on the other side. Now, the Retail Skills Center is something that we've serviced an awful lot of years, and it was a creation that Councilman Perkins Auguste thought of when we built the Jersey Gardens Mall, and it was a way for us to engage and get people jobs at the Jersey Gardens. It's evolved somewhat, and you're new over there, so yes. Tell us your perspective on what the Retail Skills Center is.
I'm glad you asked that, and for the audience, for the viewers, I think when we hear the word Retail Skills Center, we already get this preconceived notion of what it is. And just to clarify, it is a learning center, providing services for residents and businesses. So there's really two components. We have the training aspect, career training, and we also have the job assistance aspect. We're helping individuals or residents get job placements.
And how are we doing with that?
It's doing well.
Tell us.
Well, so far at least our fiscal year, or our grant year, I should say, we have over 300 job placements. We've trained over about 150 residents here in Elizabeth, and we've provided services for over close to 2,000 residents.
And they're mostly Elizabeth residents, but we also accept people from surrounding areas.
Exactly, and that's another thing I try to explain to people is the courses are for Elizabeth residents, but other people that are not from Elizabeth could also benefit from our services.
What kind of courses are they, Isaiah?
Okay, and that's good because one thing someone once told me, from the neck down you're only worth $10 an hour, but from the neck up there's unlimited potential. And
I like that. Can I use that?
Sure, you could definitely use that because you're always limited to the knowledge you have. But in this case, we offer 5 courses, so it's not just retail. The courses that we offer right now is customer service and sales. That is our bread and butter. That has been consistent since it opened. We also have that in ESL format. We also provide basic computer skills. In today's age, in technology, it's very important to know computer basic skills. We also provide a healthcare worker, so get to know more about the health industry. It includes a bit of psychology, of elderly care, and just the body mechanics. We also have hotel, hospitality, and tourism, to know about the hotel industry and the tourism industry. And fifth, we also have customer service in restaurants. You know, providing services at a retail store is very different than at a restaurant. So right now, those are the 5 courses that we provide.
Now, the
year.
people that come to the Retail Skills Center, do they know that you have those 5 areas of study, or do you basically lay it out to them and say, hey, pick one, or what's your interest, or how do you deal with that?
That's
You know, Joe Sixpack walks off the street. How do you deal with that person? What are you telling me you're offering?
Okay, well, one of the things, we are in the process of rebranding and remarketing ourselves. So how does someone get registered in our course? It's a very good question. We want to put some value into our services. And so we really ask for a willing heart, and a willing mind. So you got to take this serious. It's not just any course that I can take it at my leisure. Oh, I'm just going to do what the professor is telling me. It's not a casual course. Exactly. You got to show up. And it is like school. I mean, this is tuition grant courses is being paid for the Elizabeth residents. So someone will walk in, and we determine that. If you come arrogant with that attitude, then perhaps this is not for you. But somebody that is coming, we ask them if they're interested in our courses. We give them a breakdown of the courses and determine if there's a fit or not. And just a thought that came to my mind, a story is, like I said, you need to have a willing heart and a willing mind and be serious. And someone told me about this story, I'm sure you know it, about the philosopher and the student. And the student asked the philosopher, how can I get more knowledge? How can I have that? So the philosopher takes him out to the river and takes him and throws him in the water and holds him there long enough until the student starts gasping for air. He takes him out, and the student asks him, so why did you do that? And the philosopher said to him, what were you thinking when you were under the water? And he said, air, that's all I wanted. He said, when you want knowledge as much as you wanted air, then you're ready for knowledge. And so the same aspect. We're not going to put anyone into water, but
it's pretty profound. I was saying, you go to Retail Skills Center, you get dumped in the river. That's probably not going to get us a lot of clients.
We're not going to do that, but we do provide that sense of value. That if you're going to be serious, because we get a wait list. There's a lot of people that want to take these courses, and so we determine that, and they get registered in one of the courses, and they just have to show up.
So those 5 courses, first of all, how much do they cost the applicant?
Okay, for Elizabeth residents only, it's free. So that's why we have to put some value into it. Now, if you're not from Elizabeth and you want to take the course, just to give you an idea, it's $1,500. So for Elizabeth residents, I mean, that's, you should take advantage of that. But like I said,
do people pay, or we get people outside to pay?
We haven't had anyone to pay.
Yeah, I was saying, we only get Elizabeth residents, right?
Yeah, only Elizabeth residents. But like I said, it's not just limited to Elizabeth residents. People can take advantage of our other services as well that we provide for them.
And and register, just walk in, or is there an online, or is there a website, or is there a phone number? How do you register?
Good, that's a very good question. Well, we typically encourage them to come to the Retail Skills Center to get an idea. It's kind of like if you're going to go visit a camp. If you're applying for college, you want to visit the campus and get an idea what it is. We do encourage people to come. You could get registered over the phone. We'll talk to you. We do need to determine that you live in Elizabeth. You can't just come in and say, yeah, I don't live in Elizabeth, but we need some kind of proof, some utility bill or some kind of mailing that says that you're from Elizabeth. And with that, after speaking with you, you get registered. So we write your name in, we give you a call a good week in advance, a couple days in advance, just to confirm your seat.
And how many students are in, like, each time you have a sitting?
Mm-hmm. Well, typically, the courses get filled up very quick. Just for example, we just had our computer course. It got filled up easily over 20 people within a 2-week span. So there's a lot of demand. There's a lot of demand for our courses, so they get filled up pretty quick, which is why, again, putting the value of what we have, and we people on the waiting list, and so we have to, just properly place them in a variety of courses.
And Isaiah, do we get a mixture of gender? Do we get some men, some women, or do we get all one gender?
We get a good mix. Typically, if we're talking about gender, it's a little more female than male. If we're talking about age demographics, it's a good combination, but typically it's about 30-year-olds and above.
So people who are maybe struggling in where they're going in life too may see this as an opportunity.
Exactly. So one of the things that we do is when people come in and say they're looking for a job, we do encourage them. We have a job counseling session with them. It's something very personal. is directly with the person, and we determine what exactly they're looking for. And we see if some of our courses can help them with that industry. Say someone, they want to get into the healthcare industry, they want to be a nurse, or they want to get in that field, they could take advantage of our course. So that way they don't have to pay anything, but they get a good glimpse, a good outline of what this industry is about, and then we empower the individual. We never act upon the person. We empower them so that they could go ahead and act for themselves. So we provide them the assistance, we talk to them, we help them with the resume, and with that we give them some job search basic skills, some interview tips. So we're definitely in communication. If someone came to our job counseling session and then they got an opportunity with an employer, we encourage them to come and we could practice interview tips, frequently common questions. And we could see their body movement, their body mechanics, the way they project their voice. So all that we provide for them.
Isaiah, so we're going to take a break. We've heard a lot about what the client is looking for at the Retail Skills Center. We're going to open up with what the employer is looking for.
Okay.
Please stay with us after these messages. Back more with Isaiah Rivera and the Retail Skills Center. Welcome back to our city, where I'm pleased to be joined by Isaiah Rivera at the Retail Skills Center over at the Jersey Gardens Mall here in the city of Elizabeth. Isaiah, in the first part of the show, we talked an awful lot about what the client would want when they walk into the Retail Skills Center looking for a job, and you spend some time on getting them acclimated to those 5 areas of study. What is the employer looking for?
Now, the employer, usually with a business owner and employer, they want the best employees possible. So typically, for example, at the Jersey Gardens Mall, they want best customer service. They want employees properly trained, and that's the whole idea behind the Retail Skills Center, and it was founded back in 1999. It was to train employees so they could have an easy transition to work at the stores at the Jersey Gardens Mall.
And resumes. Why is a resume important? A lot of people will say, "Yeah, what do I got to do a resume? It's so hard to put together. How do I put it on one page?"
Exactly. Resumes are very important. I was recently at a resume workshop, and in today's economy, especially here in New Jersey, where there's so much demand, there's so much unemployment, the resume is really how you're gonna market yourself. Someone once told me, in the face of adversity, there's always a seed of equal or greater benefit, and the resume is going to be the way you combat that unemployment. So you got to step out of your comfort zone, and the resume is very important because it's who you are, and an employer only has so much time to determine. The idea behind it, the employer is trying to filter you out, so they get so much resume, they're trying to filter you out. So even if you got a word misspelled wrong, or you're missing a period, or the lines or the format is a little crooked, you're automatically out. And so people often wonder, I'm applying, but I'm not actually getting a job. Well, did you check your resume? And it's funny because at this workshop, they got, people with master's degrees, and they put the 2 resumes on top, and one person never realized it because they see the resume so many times they misspelled a word. They forgot a letter. And the other one used just a different format, and then they don't realize that. And so a resume is very important, and it's also important because you have to change the language. If you constantly say, I manage this, I organize this, well, everyone else is saying that. So in the resume, you want to change the verbiage a little. I orchestrated projects, or I synthesize this, instead of saying I manage projects. And just little details like that is what's going to help you stand out from all the other people that are looking for jobs. So that's what we provide at the Retail Skills Center.
It's how to stand out.
How to stand out.
And what other services are offered at the Retail Skills Center? We covered a couple of them.
Yeah, there's, like I said, there's the career training aspect, and there's really the job assistant aspect. Like I said, we empower them so they could go ahead and act for themselves. So what we do is, like I said, we have a job counseling session with them. We talk to them, we determine their needs, and same thing with employers. They'll come to us and, hey, I'm looking for 7 workers. And so we determine the needs, how many people they need, what are they looking for, and we have a network base. We have a database. So we could, maybe the description that they're looking for are these kind of people. They're looking for young, or they're looking for whatever their needs are. So we could help fill the need that they need. So both for the employer and also for the people that are looking.
And Isaiah, in the Retail Skills Center, you're relatively new over there.
Yes.
And what attracted you to work for the Retail Skills Center?
Yeah, I'm glad you asked that, Keith. Like I said, I used to work
You
for
went
the
for,
mayor.
yeah, exactly. So I want to hear this comparison. I'm interested.
I used to work for the mayor, and as you probably know, there's a difference between managing, organizing a whole town, and then coming here is more a direct service with the individual. It's more grassroots, and I really like that aspect of it. You know, I was always with the mayor, running around, when you're doing all the, fixing the budget, getting everything done for him. But with this, I mean, I enjoyed it. Not to undermine it. I learned a lot. It's just with this, you actually get that personal approach. You actually meet with the person eye to eye and see them and help them out with what they're looking for. So I really appreciate that aspect of it, and also the public-private partnership. You work with business owners, entrepreneurs, and sometimes, my personal opinion, I think we need more business owners. But they're the backbone. And so just working with them and working with the residents is just a great fit. It was a great fit for me.
Tell us about that. You need more business owners from your perspective. What did you mean by that?
Well, I think you just reading the reports, most of the jobs that are going to be offered are through not necessarily the big companies. It's the small business owners. So I'm sure here in Elizabeth there's a lot of small businesses. And one of my goals is to start reaching out to them. Because they're the ones that are really going to be hiring the people. And if we have this huge pool of qualified, trained people, we can help link them and partner them up. So the city of Elizabeth becomes self-sufficient.
So that's one of the ways you want to see some changes over to retail.
Yep.
What any other changes?
That is correct.
That's a big one.
That is a big one. I mean, I've only been here 3 weeks. Just a couple things I actually brought for you. As I was going through my files, I actually found this old brochure, and guess who I found?
Wow.
Oh, we got a picture of the mayor. So we got the picture of the mayor here, and even the camera
we
can
did this
see
a
that.
while ago.
Yeah, man, you haven't aged.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate that, Isaiah.
And so like, I call it the 3 R's: rebranding, redesigning, and overall revitalizing ourselves. And so I've already composed. Here's a copy for you. I've already composed a new brochure. So people, they want to come us who we are, and so we already have something for them, and something for the employers. We already have a Facebook page. We didn't have that before. So now we have a Facebook page. We're trying to engage all of our students, engage all of our people so they can start following us. We're going to start posting job announcements when there's job fairs so people are aware. They can actually look at the retail skills. It's not just I go there once and then I forget about it. Now you go there once and you're constantly receiving our newsletters, our Facebook page update. Cool thing about this, now we're going to be distributing flyers. You know, today's technology, we have the mobile component. Everyone has a smartphone, or most people do. So I got the Q reader here. All you have to do is just scan it, and they already have a digital brochure. We have our Facebook page, the component, and our monthly newsletters. That is also on our Facebook page, and is also going to be, this is for you, it's also going to be on our email blast. And this was featuring Wawa, which is one of the stores that we help get people jobs. And there's
Almost
a picture here.
70 kids from Elizabeth, right?
A lot of people, they hired a lot of Elizabeth residents.
Right.
And so we had a great partnership. And a lot of people were grateful for the Retail Skills Center. And
Besides Wawa, what are some of the other stores that have recently hired?
Just 2 weeks ago, there was Marshall's, and then there was Dress Barn. And so I believe Dress Barn hired 4 people, and Marshall hired 8 people. And that was just 2 weeks ago. And today I got another one from Cycle Watch. They're actually looking for some people as well. So automatically, we send the email blast. Automatically, we send it on our Facebook page, whatever job announcement, so people are up to date. So
And you're sending them to people who graduated from the courses, correct?
Yep. From those that gave us an email, at least in that component, that aspect, we're always keeping them engaged. So that's just some of the changes I've already made, just redesigning and just getting better touch and revitalizing the whole situation.
Where exactly is the Retail Skills Center located?
So we're located at the Jersey Gardens Mall. And it's funny because people get a little confused. I'm at the Jersey Gardens Mall. I can't find it. We're next to the Burlington Coat Factory. Right underneath the bus entrance. They're actually doing some construction there. So where the concierge desk is, the Outlook, right behind them, that's where we're at.
And if they need to reach you, website, what?
They could go to our Facebook page, facebook.com, Retail Skills Center. And then, or you could also call us, 908-355-4444, or they could also send an email, isaias.rivera@ucc.edu.
Isaiah, I want to thank you for taking the time to join us on the show, and I hope your tenure at the Retail Skills Center is long and productive, and best wishes for a great career over there.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
For Isaiah Rivera and the Retail Skills Center, at Jersey Gardens Mall and also co-sponsored by Union County College. I'm Chris Bolwage. We'll see you next week on another edition of Our City.